A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, the rebels are chilling at their new secret base when an Imperial droid crashes the scene. It turns out Vader's still kinda pissed about that whole blowing up his favorite Death Star incident, and he's quite keen to catch up with them. And when I say catch up, I really mean totally erase their very existence from the galaxy. So as Uncle Luke is checking out the scene of the crash, this Tauntaun starts to get nervous. He's like, "Don't worry, I'm force sensitive. I'd totally be able to tell if we were in any danger." Which is reassuring to hear, as your head is being violently separated from your body. After taking a quick upside-down sleep, Luke maims another of the planet's indigenous creatures, and then for some reason decides to leave the warm, dry cave and venture outside. The Force may be strong in him, but the brain cells, not so much. As he lies dying in the snow, Force Ghost Ben appears, and Uncle Luke's like, "Great to see you, Ben. You've probably got some really useful survival tips for me." But Ben is like, "I'm just here to promote tourism in the Dagobah system. It really is delightful this time of year." So just as Ben is about to seal the deal on a timeshare, Dad Solo shows up. And he's like, "You know what this situation needs?" Yep, another dead Tauntaun. So, after spending the night inside Dad's roadkill sleeping bag, Luke recovers back at the base. Everyone is totally pleased to see him, but Princess Mom takes it to a whole new level. She's like, "You know what? I'm going to make out with Luke, unless anyone has a reason why that would be wrong." And Force Ghost Ben has absolutely nothing to say on the subject. Yep, that's the sound of a Wookiee throwing up in his mouth. So you know that Imperial droid from earlier. It sent a message back to Vader, and it turns out he's still totally up for a family reunion. In fact, he sends these AT-ATs to speed the whole process along. And so with the taste of his sister's saliva still in his mouth, Uncle Luke leads the defense of the rebel base. He jumps into a snow speeder with his best buddy Dak. Moments later, Dak gets blasted with a laser cannon, but I'm sure he's fine. Then they smash their speeder into the icy planet surface. You know Dak probably survived that too. Okay, I'm calling it. Dak's dead. So while the pancake formerly known as Dak is buying them some time, Dad and Princess Mom make their escape in the Falcon. Dad's like, "Okay, sweet cheeks, prepare to be impressed." Right before he suffers performance anxiety, flies directly into an asteroid field, and manages to land the Falcon inside a massive space slug. I seriously don't know which is worse, that he's under the delusion that Princess Mom would fall for this, or that she totally does. Meanwhile, Uncle Luke heads off for his swamp vacation on Dagobah, and on meeting Yoda for the first time, reveals just how racist he is. He's like, "There's no way you're a Jedi Master. You're too small, you're too green, and you sound like Fozzie Bear." And Yoda is like, "Matter, do green lives." After sizing him up, the mystical Muppet figures there's just one way to whip Luke into shape. Enroll him into circus school. Back aboard the Falcon, Dad defies all expectations and somehow manages to come up with a decent plan. He hides the Falcon on the back of a Star Destroyer, and then waits for them to dump their trash. While the Empire may have been guilty of oppression and persecution throughout the galaxy, it was their reluctance to recycle that made them truly evil. Okay, so after managing to escape Vader, the team decides to blaze a trail to the Cloud City. And no, that's not a drug reference. Although come to think of it, Chewbacca does seem pretty wasted. Once they are all back on the ground, Dad introduces everyone to his old gambling buddy, Lando. He's slick, he's sophisticated, and he has impeccable taste in cape-related attire. With fashion sense like that, I'm sure they can totally trust him. Meanwhile, back in the swamp, Luke's spidey senses are tingling. He's like, "Sorry dude, I have to go rescue my friends." So he literally drops out of circus school. And Yoda's like, "Leave now and get your diploma, you will not." And Luke's like, "Don't worry, I'm under contract. This Jedi is definitely going to return." As he takes off, Force Ghost Ben is like, "So you didn't tell him about his sister?" And Yoda's like, the topic of conversation did not come. Back at the Cloud City, Chewbacca has the munchies, so Lando takes everyone out for a meal. He's like, alright you guys, dinner's on me. But don't forget to tip your Vader. That's a solid pun, but it gets absolutely no love. I swear, my parents have no sense of humor. After dinner, Vader's like, so who wants to try out my new carbonite chamber? And Dad's like, that sounds really cool. And Vader's like, funny you should say that. And then Dad becomes a popsicle. A few moments later, Luke pops up at the Cloud City and challenges Vader. He combines all his circus school training to launch an attack. It doesn't go well. Vader's like, dude, you're struggling a bit. Are you sure you don't need any help from your friends? And Luke's like, no, I can fight you single-handed. And Vader's like, it's funny you should say that. So as they start to bond over their common lack of lens, Vader's like, Crazy Ben was lying when he said your parents were dead. I'm totally your father. And Luke's like, how is that even possible? And Vader's like, well, when a Sith Lord and a Sovereign Queen love each other very much. But before he can finish, Luke launches himself into the abyss. And Vader's like, if it's any consolation, your mother is still totally dead. So after taking a ride on Bespin's famous water slides, Luke uses the Force to call an Uber. Fortunately for him, Lando has just gotten into the ride-sharing business and takes him back to the rest of the Rebel fleet. So at the end of all of this, Uncle Luke gets a new hand. Lando gets his old ship back, and Dad is encased in carbonite for all eternity. Now that's what I call a truly happy ending.